What's going on, guys?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Oh, okay. Good, good, good. All right.
You'll have to tell me who you are because I don't know who Galaxy S26 is.
It's Ever. This is the Delbred guy, the Route 24 Açaí guy.
Ah, awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, the guy that does it all.
Does it
Everything,
all.
brother. Everything. Videos, social media, all the illustrations, everything, brother. I'm working on the menu right now.
Let's
You want to
do
see
it.
it?
Let's do it. Hopefully, you get some value out of this call today. This is
Who else
my
is here?
first one, so I need everyone to take it easy on me.
All right.
We'll give everyone a couple minutes to get in here. Nice to see everyone's faces that has their camera on.
Yeah.
What's up, Kai? What's up, Will?
So
How's everyone doing today?
amazing.
That's what I like to hear. How's your new office treating you? Switching up your environment. I saw your video.
It's treating me good.
That's what I like to hear. Cool. Let me get this presentation up for you guys so we can dive right in. Can everyone see my screen? Yes?
Yeah.
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 It looks great. Let's rock and roll.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, let's dive right in. This is my first local authority masterclass. I've been running this exact offer for myself and all of my clients for the past 13 months now. So you got to listen to me because this stuff works. I'm going to be giving up so much value for everyone today. And the goal of this masterclass is for you to launch your first ad on your own and start getting some business from social media by just listening to what I have here for you today. Everything I have here is put together based off of everything I've learned. There's going to be a couple times where I stop and ask everyone a little bit about yourselves. So please make this as interactive as you want. Unmute yourself and let's get started. Cool. So before we start, this is what you're leaving with today. I'm going to be giving you the exact 5-part ad framework I use to build trust-based local ads. The same exact one I use to script my ads for myself and for all my clients. So this is something I've never given up before, and I'm going to be going over why each part makes sense in that 5-step process. And we're going to do a little live example together. So I'm going to ask everyone about their industry, and I'm going to pick one person, or we're going to figure out who gets chosen. And I'm going to make you your open line of your ad that's going to help you bring in some leads based off of your industry and who you're trying to target. Cool. So quick check-in before we dive in. Everyone in the chat, just go ahead and tell me what industry you're in. And give me 1 sec because I'm actually going to put this on my other screen so I can see what you guys are saying as we go. Cool. Real estate, mortgage, everyone put the industry you work with, retail, food service, videographer, filmmaking. Construction, remodeling. Oh, we got Will in the house. What's going on? Well, give me a second, guys, because I lost my presentation. So don't hate me.
You still look great,
Zoom,
so you're good.
Zoom just updated and they made this whole sharing thing kind of annoying. So give me 1 sec. I
We're
got
just
you guys.
learning as we go.
Yeah, we're just
All the good
learning.
Zoom.
Okay, let me see.
Cool. You're good.
You guys back in here?
Yep.
All right, so I can't see your chat, so everyone's just gonna have to speak up. And if when I ask something, you have to say something because every time I present this, it switches. Cool. So industries we got, and is anyone running paid ads right now? If you are, just say yes. If not, just say no. And if you're thinking about it, let me know that too.
I am
No.
not.
No.
No.
No and yes.
No.
No, so most
But
people
I'm
here are
thinking
not
about
running
it.
ads. Cool. All right. So this is the biggest thing. Everyone that comes to me, everyone that is trying to run ads, most people that are running ads, doing stuff on social media, all the above, everyone thinks they have a lead problem. And at the end of the day, you don't just want more leads, because if you got more leads and you didn't know who they were or who you're trying to target with those leads, you're just going to end up with more people that waste your time. So that's not what you want to do. You don't just want 20 phone numbers so that you can call and hopefully they pick up. That's what leads are. That's not what you want here. What you want is to build trust. So what I've seen, it doesn't matter if you just started your business or if you've been running it for a while, most of them have a trust problem. A lead problem means not enough people are calling you. A trust problem means people are calling you, people are reaching out to you, but when you do finally speak to them, they are still a stranger. And that makes everything so much harder. It's so much easier when someone comes to you and they say, "Hey, I already know about you. I know about what you offer, and I actually saw what you did for so and so." It makes that conversation so much easier and it's just warmer. Like whole cold calling thing. It's not fun. It works, but it's not fun. So that's the entire game we're trying to fix in the next 30 or ish so minutes. I've never ran this presentation, so I have no clue how long it's going to take. It'll probably be way faster than I think it's going to be. So we're diving right into the value here. So this is my 5-part trust ad framework. Feel free to take a picture of this, whatever you think, so that you can get as much value as from this. So you see it here. First part is the call out. Second part is the pain point or multiple pain points, depending on your offer and what you're doing for people. Third one is position yourself. And that's position yourself as the solution to those pain points from number 2. And the fourth part is the proof. This is your social proof so that people trust you a little bit from this ad. Of course, the ad isn't necessarily to get someone to immediately buy, because we can't assume that people are just going to see our face and want to buy from us. The joke I always tell is if someone saw your ad and immediately went to spend a ton of money with you, that would be the equivalent of someone meeting you the first time and giving you a ring and asking to marry you. So you really don't want that to happen. You want them to understand you, trust you a little bit before they make that decision. And the fifth part of it is the call to action. And that's where you tell that person what you want them to do. So if that all makes sense, we're going to dive into exactly what I mean by all that. So the first part is the call out. This is where you are naming the exact person you're talking to in that first line, the specific location, the category, and this does one job. It makes the right person stop scrolling because they immediately know you're talking to them. You don't want everyone stopping to watch your video at the end of the day because there's a chance you probably can't help everyone. So you want the right people to stop scrolling and be like, whoa, this guy just talked about me directly. So if you've ever seen my ads, I am speaking directly to service business owners. And I say service business owners here in coastal Delaware. I say that for a reason because if you're not a service business and you're not in coastal Delaware, I want you to keep scrolling because I don't want to pay for you to become a lead. At the end of the day, when you're running ads, everyone that comes into your ecosystem, you paid for. So when they do enter your ecosystem, you want them to be there for a reason. So that's why you call out exactly who you want in there. Because if you're super broad, guess what you get in? You get a super broad, you get a bunch of people in there that you probably don't even need. And that turns into the whole lead problem thing I talked about. Then you might get more people, but if we all know that time is our most valuable thing, do you really want to spend time speaking with and wasting your time with people that aren't even your ideal fit? It's just not even worth it at the end of the day. So, for example, I told you my example. If you run a service business here in Coastal Delaware, if you run a home service business, and after we go through this, we are going to pick one person. We're going to make this call out for you so that you know exactly who you're trying to target. The next part is the pain point. Everything I do with ads revolves around the pain that that person is feeling. This is how you make someone feel like you're almost in their head because what they're thinking about, you talked about in that video, and they're just like, whoa, this person called me out. And now they talked about that thing that I feel, a thing that's been going on in the back of my head. Maybe it's something personal. It's about their health. It's about their business. It's about something that gets them thinking, oh, wow, this guy knows my problem. He knows what I'm going through, and maybe he has the solution for it, but we didn't get to that part yet. So let's keep going. So this is name the exact frustration that they're feeling right now in their words, not yours. The best way to get these pain points is by speaking directly to your ideal client. So think about those clients that you have that are your favorite type of client, that if you got 20 more of those, you would be stoked. You would be so happy to talk to every single one of them because you know that they are the same. You know you can help them, and you know they're probably a good person if you want to help them. So don't rush past this. Sit in that pain for a sentence or two. And this is where they feel like you're reading their mind, like I talked about. So you dig into that pain just a little bit so that they understand that you understand what they're going through. So the example I have here is, and you're good at what you do, but people keep choosing someone they recognize over you. I can't tell you how many times I speak to business owners and they tell me how much better they are than all their competitors. And that's great. I love that you're better than your competitors, but why are you the only person that knows that? Why does no one else know that you are the absolute expert? Why don't they know that you have the best product, that you have the best service? And the reason why they don't is because you don't have yourself out there. The only person that knows that you're the best is you at the end of the day. So the third part of this, after you've called out that person, after you dug into the pain that they are feeling right now or what's been going through their head, this is where you position yourself as the answer to all their problems. You deliver that insight, not a hard sell, just a reframe. Show them that the real reason this keeps happening, show them the real reason this keeps happening and why it's fixable. So then they start thinking, well, this guy called me out. He knows my pain. And now he understands it so much that he can actually help me with it. And this is where the trust starts building. And you haven't even asked for anything yet. You didn't try to give them a discount yet. You didn't even tell them where you're located yet. They just know that you're local and you're looking for them. So you're not asking for anything. You're just presenting yourself. So here's the example. Here's the problem. You're invisible before they need you. I help established businesses become the most recognized name in their market. Do you guys get what I did there? I presented myself as and I told them what I do and who I help. It's just reinforcing everything the whole way through that ad. And it's okay if people drop off within this because that means they're not your ideal person. Maybe I did find someone that is a service business and is local to me. And maybe the pain points weren't just something they were feeling. That's the best part about ads. You can have multiple different pain points going, and you know that you can actually still help those people. And this is where messaging comes in, because the way you word that pain is how they understand it. So I hope that makes sense. Please stop me if any of this doesn't make sense. And the fourth part, so this is before you tell them what you want them to do after they saw this video. You give them some proof. So I'm looking at Will right now, and he's helped a lot of kids with soccer. Does anyone know how many kids Will has helped with soccer? He could have posted 300 times, and people know what he does, but they don't know how many people he's helped. And I know I picked on him here, but a lot of people are doing the same thing. If you've helped a lot of people, let them know. If you've brought a lot of people to your food truck and they've loved it and they've had a healthier lifestyle by going to your food truck, everyone needs to know about it. So these are real numbers, real results. Keep it short, 1 to 3 specific proof points, not a list of everything you've ever done. I don't want to see every trophy you have on your shelf from 15 years ago, but talk about the stuff that you've done recently. And specificity beats volume every single time. And here's my example that I have here. I've helped a painting company triple their business in 2 months, and a contractor add over $2 million in revenue with this exact system. Now you're listening. So that's what you want as you're doing these ads. Once you tell them that proof, you're like, this guy called out my pain. He called me out for my location and where I am. He talked about my pain points. He presented himself as a solution. And now he told me that he's already helped 500 people just like me. He must know something, right? And the last part is the call to action. And this is where so many people get it wrong. I still see businesses running ads like this all the time where they are asking for the sale. They're sending people directly to a link. And someone that's just seeing you for the first time, are they really going to press that link? I don't know. Would you guys press that link? I guess it depends what they're saying, right? Depends what they're offering. If it's free, maybe. But if it's any significant price attached to it, you're going to be like, okay, let me think about it. Send me some more info. If anyone ever says to send me more info, it means that they don't trust you yet. That's all it means. And I still get that sometimes. And I post a lot of content talking about what I do. So you have to keep getting yourself out there. And this is critical. The ad's job is not to directly close the sale. It's to get people into your ecosystem. It's to earn a follow. That's it. Selling too early kills trust before it starts. And I'm going to be talking about how we continually build that trust. But the ads do so much of that heavy lifting for us. I always tell people all the time, you can't pay anyone to do what Meta will do with your ads. For $20, $30, $40, $50 a day. First off, tell me what employee costs that little per day to do anything for you. I don't care if you have a VA in the cheapest country in the world. What are they going to do for you for $20 in a whole day? Probably not much. So that's where ads are the opportunity. For that cost of, I don't know, Starbucks is expensive these days. For that cost of Starbucks every single day, you could be showing your brand, your services, and your expertise to thousands of people every single day. Why is everyone not doing this? That's the opportunity. So this is how I run my ads. And this is how everyone should run their ads when they're first starting. Because let's be completely honest right now, not enough people know about you. Not enough people know you're the expert. Not enough people know what services you actually offer. So that's why you want them in your ecosystem. So they start to learn these things. So follow me right here. That's exactly what I show every day on this page. And of course, you put that in your own words based off of your business, but you want people to follow you right here. And the biggest thing in marketing is that you have to give people one thing to do after they see you. If you give people too many options, they do none. So don't go at the end of your video and say, follow me, visit my website, give me a call, shoot me a text, here's my email, here's this, here's that, because that person's going to do nothing. They just won't. So if you want these people to do something, give them one thing to do. And what I've learned, the best thing to do when you're first starting running ads and first getting that brand awareness out to your local community is you want people to follow you. And these are targeted follows. So I don't even call them followers at this point because they are practically leads. And they're not just leads like we talked about, like a name on a list. These are hot leads that people that want you to speak with them because that's the only reason they would have followed you because they want more. So here's what the whole thing sounds like when it's put together. If you run a home service business right here in coastal Delaware and you're good at what you do, but people keep choosing someone they recognize over you, here's the problem. You're invisible before they need you. I help established businesses become the most recognized name in their market. I've even helped a painting company triple their business in just 2 months. And a contractor add over $2 million to his books in revenue. Follow me right here on Instagram. That's exactly what I show every day on this page. Do you guys see how that hits? It's short, it's sweet. And don't tell me that you can't memorize this because you don't even have to. Each line is a different video clip. If you can't memorize, if you're a service business in coastal Delaware, listen up. What are you doing? I'm sure you say way longer sentences when someone asks you a question in your business. When someone walks up to you at the grocery store and asks how you are, do you give them 3 words? No, you can say a full sentence. So if you're talking to your ideal person, it should be easy. This is something you're doing all the time. You're just not doing it on video. So let's build this call out live. Let's have one person. I know I have drop your industry in the chat here, but just unmute yourself and give me your industry. And we are going to talk through it real quick as a group to come up with this call out. And a reason why this call out is so important is because the algorithm is listening to what we're saying in the first sentence of that ad. And that's how it determines where that ad is going to be shown to, who that ad is going to be shown to. And they're trying to figure out who your ideal target audience is at that exact time. So someone speak up. Come on, don't be scared. All right, one industry. Let's go. I'm going to be
Route-
writing your script for you. Let's do this.
Hey, come on, do Route 24 Açaí bowls.
Route 24 acai bowls. Okay, what? Why
Let's
do
do
people
it. Come
come?
on.
Why do people come and see you?
Because they're healthy-ish, you
Okay.
know.
And it's
Get
convenient
away.
to go to a food truck, right?
It's fast service. It's quick. I'm not as expensive as Pliables. I'm approachable. I'm happy. I'm energetic. Exactly.
Cool. And where are
Start
you
go-
located with that? Where is your truck located?
Route 24.
Route 24, but
Long
where is
neck,
it? Is it, well, Route
long neck,
24 is Lewis, Rehoboth? Are you closer to
fresh,
Long Neck, Millsboro?
Millsboro, in between. So like Fresh Fish, Delaware.
Cool. If you're in the Millsboro area and you're looking for a morning breakfast that's way healthier than anything you're stopping and sitting through a drive-through line with, then listen up. I just made that up on the spot. And
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
that wouldn't be your exact one, but now we're touching on those pain points. You're trying to be healthier. You don't want to sit in a drive-through line, and you didn't even have to call out your competitors. What'd you think about that?
exactly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I didn't want to have to call out all the Ritas and all that Italian ice shops around town.
You
With
don't have to do that. And everyone's always saying that. They're like, ah, but I don't want to like talk crap on my competitors. I'm like, you're not. You're just giving people another idea. Because in so many people's head, if they've never heard about you, if they've never stopped and saw what you have to offer there, how do they know? So they need someone just to plant the idea. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Inception. You're planting that idea, you're making them think about it, and you're changing their belief a little bit. Maybe they do go to Dunkin' every single day, and they don't even realize how much time they're wasting sitting in that drive-through line. They might know it's not healthy, but they just don't know what the other option is.
yeah,
So, I mean, we got time for one more. Do we want to do another one?
I'll go.
Will. Oh, go ahead, Kai. Let's see it.
I run a videography and like filmmaking business, so I am currently trying to help brands and businesses put together social assets of high quality that could potentially help them with advertising.
Cool. And where are you trying to find these people? What's the
Uh,
location?
Preferably just I would say, I don't, is Delaware considered part of the DMV or no?
Yeah, but
yeah.
that's a pretty big location.
I mean, yeah, because I'm a
Okay.
traveling slash filmmaker. So
All right. I mean, like that's such an easy one because it's similar to what I do. But if you're in the DMV area and your content isn't working the way you think it could, listen up. Straight and to the point. And then that's where you dig into that pain after that. But someone that's listening, you just want them to stop and be like, whoa, does this guy have something that I need? And when they see that video and they see that call out, that's where they're scrolling and they're just like, oh, wait, that's me. I spent a lot of money on content last month and it really didn't turn into much. So as you can see, like it's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be simple. It sounds simple because it is. So any questions there? Can I keep going?
okay.
Did it help? Do you think it helped going through that ad scripting framework, how we script it, how we set it all up?
Yeah. I think maybe more on like the pain points and what, like, even for me as a videographer slash filmmaker, what should I be looking for in terms of pain points, even though like maybe you are a beginner or a starter and you're still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work for yourself.
If you don't have clients' pain points that they have specifically told you, then you can think of your own.
Okay.
Same thing with results. Even before you start. When I first started running ads, guess who I was running ads for? This guy. So what were the results that I was claiming at the very beginning? This guy. Same thing for you. I talk about the pain points I was having before I started using my own service. Same thing for you. I know you're doing video for yourself. What made you want to do video? What made you want to put yourself out there is the same reason why someone else should want to put themselves out there. We were just at a conference in Vegas, and one of the big things that the last speaker talked about is you're most equipped to help someone that's in the shoes you used to wear. So as you're growing your business, as you start at the beginning, there's people that still are there and you're already here. So you're best equipped to help those people and let them know where they're at. Did that help a little bit?
I did.
Cool. So here's one free tip to launching your ad. And before I even talk about this, I just want everyone to know that you can do this directly with your phone. You don't have to pay a videographer for your first ad. And I know right now I am telling you not to pay me money. I'm telling you to try this for yourself because I want you to see results. I want you to see proof of concept. And I still do versions of my ads just like this, holding my phone up and talking directly to it because it doesn't have to be highly edited. Of course, that helps you get additional attention from people. I still love doing highly edited ads in our area of the beach because no one can do it like I can. So they see it and it catches their attention and they're like, ah, it's that guy again. He's on it. He's on it. He's helping this company out. But it doesn't mean that that's the only way to get results at the end of the day. So before I even talk about where you should be launching this ad, I want you guys all to know it can be done right on your phone. You just have to follow that framework I gave you. Call out the ideal person you want to speak to on the other side of the phone. Call out their pain points. Present yourself as a solution. Give them some social proof. And then tell them to follow you. And I'm sure everyone has been seeing all this stuff on social media about these yapping videos and how they work and how they bring people to your page. And everyone's just saying, pick up your phone and all you have to do is talk to it. But if you're not telling in that first hook, in that first line, saying who you want to be watching that video, you're going to get way more views from people that you don't want watching it. So the goal isn't views, guys. The goal is to get your ideal people to see your stuff, especially on a local level. Because on the local level, it's so much fun because you end up seeing these people in public at those places that you already go to on a regular basis. So I hope that point helps, but everyone should be trying out an ad. The minimum ad budget you can do is $5 a day. If you don't have $150 a month, then there's probably something else going on in your business. But we all should be able to spend at least $150 to get in front of new people that are interested in what we have to offer. Cool. So how do we launch this stuff? First off, do not go on Facebook or Instagram and click that boost button, especially from your phone. And the reason why is because they are going to push it everywhere, first off, not just where you want it to go. Second off, if you do that, it is going to take a piece of your ad spend. So let's say you're like, oh, cool, I want to put $100 on this video. If you do that directly from your phone, not Instagram, not going towards your ad spend, I think it's 20% goes directly to Apple just because you're doing it from an app that came from their app store. So you already took away 1/5, 20% of your ad spend, and you parked it and gave it away before you ever started. That is the first reason why your ads aren't working. So that's why you need to launch from a desktop. You need to be launching them from the Ads Manager or at least from Meta Business Suite on your desktop. It gives you control to target better and set that budget easier and set the actual objective, not just boost. Because when you just boost, you're letting Meta pick. And let's be honest, they know how to spend your money. Meta as a platform makes 95% of their money from ads. So that tells us two things. One, they make a lot of money from it. And two, the part that people don't want to believe is they want you to win. Because what kind of business doesn't want you to keep paying? They want you to keep spending. They want you to keep spending more. But if you don't tell it anything, it's going to try to put it everywhere. So it's not even that it's not trying to get you results, but you have to do your end of the bargain too. Or it's just going to spend your money because that's all you're telling it to do. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
yep.
So here's another tip. I know at the beginning I said that everyone is always looking for leads, they're looking for conversions, and that's never the first type of ad campaign you should run. Remember when I said not enough people know about you yet? Well, that's why you need to be running awareness or engagement ads so that people are seeing your stuff and you're not forcing them to go anywhere after. You want them to make that decision. And that's why we give them so little amount of decisions. Because we want them to make a decision, but we want to kind of guide them a little bit so that they don't have 20 decisions and then they end up somewhere else. So it's like creating your own luck. It's not luck that that person visited your profile and followed you. You told them to do it. It's not luck that they messaged you that keyword that's in your bio. No, you put it there and you didn't give them any other options. That's not luck. That's creating a way to get people to respond in the way you want them to. So this is why it feels backwards to most people. The goal of this type of ad is to follow, not to immediately buy from you. You want them to see your stuff, start to trust you, and then as they see it, they share it with all sorts of people all the time. That's what you want. That's how you get brand awareness, especially on a local level. If you tell Meta to optimize for leads, it'll show your ad to people ready to buy right now and skip everyone who needs to get to know you first. That's not what you want. I always tell people on the phone when they are telling me that they're running Google ads or they're running Facebook lead form ads or messaging ads, and they wonder why they're not getting the results they want. And that's because when you're targeting only people that already know about your service and that are interested in trying it, you're only targeting 3 to 10% of your population. That's a tough sell because guess what? Once the algorithm knows exactly what you're interested in and what you're trying to do, if anyone else is running ads, you're going to see theirs too. So that's not what we want. We want to target that 90 to 97% of people that you know need your service, but they don't know it yet. And that's where this content works because the ad draws them in. And your content should be breaking those limiting beliefs about why you are not the commodity, why you are the better option. What ingredients are you putting into your bowls that other places might not? What are you doing with social media content that other people might not be even thinking about? How are you training kids that other people aren't even trying yet? How are you helping people get loans where other people don't know what they're doing yet? That's what people want to know. They want to know why you're different, but they don't want to hear that generic mumbo jumbo about being a family owned business, that you care more than your competitors, that you are better than your competitors, and you don't back it up. Like every single business you talk to would say the same thing. We care more. We care more. You know how many times the consumer has heard that? They've heard it way too many times. They don't want to hear it anymore. They want to hear something different. And that's why we get them to follow us. And that's where you get the opportunity to show your personality. I'm sure we all know, like, trust. Well, your ad is how they start to know you. And then if you do it right, they hopefully like you a little bit and trust you a little bit. But the main goal of that ad is to make them know you. The rest of what you do helps them like you and trust you. And that's where you can do stories. And that's where you show your personality. guess what? That's where people start to like you. You talk about some results, you do a testimonial, they trust you a lot more after that, right? And then you're knocking out all three. But the first part is no. How is someone supposed to trust you before they know you? How is someone supposed to like you before they know you? They don't. So start at the beginning. Don't ask for that sale. Does that make sense, guys?
100%.
Is this helping a little bit?
Yes. Let's rock.
So here's where it gets real. Getting the follow is step one. What happens next is where it's actually won or lost. Someone follows you, great. Now what? Most business owners have no plan for what happens after that. No idea how to start a real conversation. No consistent way to follow up. And then they lose the exact trust the ad just built. Not to mention that if you stop following up, the algorithm already knows what that person's interested in. And if that other competitor is a little bit more savvy the way that what they're doing on social media, they're going to take that person in a heartbeat. Just because you didn't do what you're supposed to do after they showed interest. If you're running ads and telling people to follow you, you paid for every single follow. You paid for every single person to see your stuff. They followed you for a reason. And you are doing them a disservice by not figuring out why. Read that again. You're doing them a disservice by not figuring out why. They're not going to tell you why until you start that genuine conversation. And I'm not saying, hey, are you ready to buy? Hey, can I help you? That's not what we're going for. We're starting a genuine conversation with these people. And what I always tell my clients is that if you do this the right way, they are going to reveal why they actually followed you. The faster you try to be a salesperson, the quicker they pull back and they won't tell you the real reason. They'll tell you, I just thought you were local. I just wanted to check you out. That's the difference between genuine and not genuine. And even if they don't answer after you send them a message, that's not a bad thing. You just got another touch point with a potential future customer or client. And when they go back to reach out to you at some point after they see your ad for the 10th time, after they see your content on that whatever many time, then they go back to that message. And I promise when they go to message you, they're going to apologize for not responding to your message. And let's be honest, people are busy. They're doing all sorts of things. They might have something going on in their business. They might have something going on in their personal life. They might have family issues going on. They might have pet issues. Like we have no clue what's going on in people's lives. So let's not assume that just because they didn't answer our DM on social media, that they don't want our service. Can we agree on that? Just because someone doesn't answer once, it doesn't mean that they hate you and never want to work with you ever again. I wish I have a presentation where I went over follow-ups and the way I do follow-ups. And if anyone wants that presentation, I'll gladly share it with you after this call. Just make sure you send me a message and I'll shoot it over to you. But I have live examples of people that me and my team have messaged and they didn't answer for 5 months. And we followed up consistently. And finally, after 5 months, they reached out. They apologized for not reaching back out. They said what they were going through and what the issue was, and then they paid me a ton of money. Guess what would have happened if we didn't keep following up? This is what would have happened. Absolutely nothing. So why are we not at least trying? So quick check. Just respond yes if you already have a real process for starting conversations and following up with new followers and DMs as they come to your social media. Comment or just tell me no if this is completely new to you. No one? If you're muted, unmute.
I said no.
No. Okay. Is there a reason why we're not following up with people and messaging new followers? Do you think that they're just not interested? Like, what's the reason behind it?
I think that's something I still have to kind of figure out as to why, like maybe the system that I've been trying to build for myself isn't the proper way of going about it.
Wouldn't it be so cool if you had a billboard and as people drove by it, people would look at it and be like, whoa, I need that. And then you're able to see that they needed that and reach out to them.
That
Because
would
let's
be
be honest, a is not interactive. But that's what we have here on social media. Someone can see your ad, someone can see your content, and they can click two presses and show you that they're at least a little bit interested in it. Don't we want to figure out which part was interesting? Don't we want to figure out what part they liked? Wouldn't that help us make that next piece of content instead of just guessing on what people want to hear, what people want to see? They told us. They told us with 2 clicks. We can't have a billboard and know how many people's eyes went up fast, how many people's eyes got bigger. But we can do that something similar with social media. So we all need some sort of process, even if it's just messaging someone when they follow you. I promise the worst message on earth is better than none. I promise if someone entered your ecosystem and you didn't follow up with them, chances are they were interested at one point. And what happened next? Next, you saw them working with a competitor. That's not what you want. And at the end of the day, this is some of my newer content. I don't even know if I made a video about this yet. But when someone works with a competitor that's not as good as you, they assume that everyone in that industry is that bad. They don't automatically assume that everyone's better. When someone works with a contractor that sucks, they assume that the whole industry is like that. When someone works with a videographer that only knows how to press the button and not help at all, they think every videographer is like that. When someone goes to a food truck and they just see that it's a big money grab, they assume they're all like that. So that's not what they want. They assume all kids' soccer trainers are exactly the same. That's not what you want. You're not a commodity. You don't want them comparing you to the guy that only has 1 year of experience. Doesn't make sense. So are we all going to send messages to new people as they enter our ecosystem now?
yes.
Are we going to follow up with them so that they know exactly that we are trying to grow our business? That we're not just here for fun? I hope that's yes. I can't see these chats. I got to figure this out for next time.
Everyone's saying yes.
Good. Cool. So let's talk about some proof real quick. So I don't think Jose is here in the chat today. So we're going to be talking about him real quick. And here's a case study of a painting company that I'm still working with, and they tripled their business in just 2 months. Hear that again. Tripled their business. What would tripling your business do for you? Would that change your business forever? Would that change your life? Would that change your family a little bit? Would that change the way you think of business? It probably would. And that's possible. And that's the crazy part. And read this here. He almost didn't work with me. He didn't believe Instagram could grow his business. So many people come to me and say that. They have no clue. That's part of my job, is to help you start to believe that yes, it can. And that's why I like to show off this proof. Because most people before they start, they think it's not going to work either. But when you started your business, did you automatically know that it was going to hit? When we started our business, we didn't have any guarantees. We just tried. That's why we're entrepreneurs. Because sometimes we do that dumb thing and just try before we know it's going to work. And that's what we have to keep doing. And that's what he did. He met with me after I followed up a lot of times for a few months until he finally paid me. And then it changed his business forever. And before he ever paid me, there's another thing that I told him, and that was how to follow up correctly. And this is what I talked about before, where we think that as business owners, we don't want to follow up because we assume that after we do it a couple times, that we're just going to look annoying. We're going to look desperate. No. Once you stop following up, that's when they see another piece of content, maybe from someone else, that changes their belief just a little bit, and then they sign up with that person. Then they pay that person. Then that person gets the job. You're the one that got them started. So Jose came to me and he talked about all the other lead sites he was using. He was generating leads with Google and Yelp and Angie's List and Thumbtack and all these other places. And he was like, I have a bunch of people there that just stopped answering. I was like, how many times do you follow up? And he was like, I don't know, a handful of times, 2, 3 probably. And I was like, how long has it been since you followed up? And some of them were like 6 months. After that meeting, I told him follow up with every single one of them, call them, text them, and then set a reminder to do the same exact thing next week. Guess what? Before he ever paid me $1, he ended up closing one of those jobs from a person that he completely wrote off. And he would have never gotten that deal if he didn't just follow up. So this was back in Q1. We're in line to honestly break last year's Q1 by 3x at this rate. I can't wait to do another testimonial with Jose because I know he's over 3x now. I know it. He's probably at least 5x his business. What would 5xing your business do for you? Biggest job of the year booked from Instagram. Just thought you should know, bro. I want everyone sending me texts like that. I want you telling me you had the best day ever for your business and it came from Instagram because it could. Do we like that testimonial, guys? That
Yes.
case study? Well, let's get some more. Here's another one. Did you ever think that you could make 7 figures on Instagram? Did you ever think that that was possible? Most people didn't. But this local contractor added over $2 million to his revenue with this exact system that I'm telling you about today. With ads, with content, not that much content, honestly, too, and conversations. That's it. It sounds simple because it is. And we're talking about big jobs. If you're able to generate trust to help someone spend 6+ figures with you on Instagram, that's crazy. Imagine you having a cheaper service. You can rake those guys in. You can rake them in like no other. He didn't change anything. If anything, he actually raised his prices because he could, because demand was high. His market just started knowing his name before they ever needed him. So here's just a couple screenshots. Close the big job because of ad, $320,000. Is that not huge? I'd say that's pretty huge. Did we like that one?
That's huge.
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 And just so I'm not just talking about home service businesses, I'm going to throw in another one. And this is a private medical practice right here in Lewis. Doubled their revenue in 1 month. 2x. Search traffic up 300%. We didn't do anything on his Google. Not one thing. I didn't touch his website. But more people are going there. More people are searching for him just because of this system. And this one feels good. Feels good to help. A doctor who helps kids with autism live more independent lives went from 20 to 30K a month to his best month ever after using this system. And cash collected $60,000. Now he's hiring more staff, buying more equipment to keep up with demand. And it's all with this system. And there was another screenshot he sent me that I didn't have space for on this slide, but he told me what I tell everyone. Why do you want to tell people that you're good at what you do one person at a time? Every time you hop on a call with them, every time you meet them in person, I'm sure you tell a lot of people the same thing. Instead of every person that comes to your truck every single day and you're telling them why you're better, shouldn't everyone already know? And that's exactly what he told me. He was like, it's so much easier to reach people now because he's able to educate 1,000 people at a time. Imagine being able to educate 1,000 plus people about your business at once. That's huge, guys. And just so there's some context here, first appointment booked from the paid ad in an area where he never ever had exposure before. And this first appointment was less than 24 hours after we launched the ad. So I'm not promising that everyone is going to see the results this fast, but people in areas that you've never had exposure in before are going to know about you. And that's what these invisible door knockers that we're paying Meta to be. They're knocking on all these local people's phones and saying, look at this guy, look at this girl, look at this business, and look at how they can help. So, I mean, I even have more case studies. If everyone wants to hear another one, like I was going through all the screenshots I have of client wins that they sent me, and there's a salon in there too. Completely changed her business and life forever. Also in Lewis. Tripled her business. She said it was overnight. Was it really overnight? I'm not sure. I'm not in her books, but I'm sure she felt it. She felt people coming in and saying, I see you everywhere. I saw your ad everywhere. Everyone's talking about your ad because when you're the first person to do something in a local market, everyone notices. That's what you want. You want people to start copying you. You're still the first one to try it. So here's what it takes to actually run this every single week. New ad scripts and creative on a consistent cadence, not just once every week indefinitely. A system for turning real client testimonials into new proof-driven ads as they come in. It's one thing I didn't even talk about yet. Testimonials. I know you guys have happy clients, happy customers. Why aren't we putting them on camera and asking why they liked us? What made them come for the first time? What would they say to someone that's on the fence of coming in and speaking with you or getting your product or your service? It's so easy. One of my testimonials that's doing best right now was shot outside of a Starbucks on a tripod that I thought was going to blow down in the wind with my phone on top. That's my best performing testimonial. It's probably brought me at least 6 figures of revenue with a cell phone, with a cheap set of mics in a Starbucks parking lot. And we're all scared to get testimonials, and instead we're asking for Google reviews and letting our clients and our happy clients that want to leave us a review, we're letting them hide behind the screen. What's the point? Is it really going to help us grow our business? The only reason they're leaving us a review is because they want our business to grow. So let them get on camera. And you need a real conversation and follow-up process in the DMs. Coached and refined, not guess that. And just touch base back on that new ad script and creative on a consistent cadence. You only can start doing that once you start. If you don't start, how are you going to know what people are interested in? Once you figure it out, it gets exciting. You're like, every time I launch a new ad, I get X amount of business. Can I have a new ad every day? That's what you should be thinking. Once you see that it works, you should be so excited. My wife always says the same thing about social media. She said if every single time you clicked post, if that was a free lottery ticket and it was a potential to make a ton of money and help a ton of people, wouldn't we press post way more? Let's bring that back to ads. Wouldn't you click launch ad way more? You would, because you want to help more people at the end of the day. If you don't, then you probably shouldn't be marketing yourself. I'd be surprised you made it this far into this presentation if you actually don't want to help people. And you have an ongoing targeting and budget refinement based on what the data actually shows. What that means is having ads running and content running with a distribution strategy that lets you know what's working and what's not. Once you know what's working, social media is on easy mode. You know exactly what you need to be posting. But before you try and before you get some feedback, you have no clue what people are interested in. And that's what most people do for a very long time. They're just guessing on what content to put out. They're copying that next guy that had a bunch of shares on his post. They're copying that competitor that's local down the street that you think is their content's working. Meanwhile, it could be every single one of their staff liking their posts. It could be their staff commenting on all their posts. Do we even know if it's bringing in them clients? We don't know. And the last thing you need is tracking that tells you what's working before you've wasted a month finding out the hard way. And that just comes down to knowing your numbers. If you're going to try this ad strategy and you're going to record the ad like I told you to, using my framework, at least know how much you're putting into that ad and track when you actually do make money from it. So that when I ask you what was your return on ad spend, you can tell me a number. Every business should know how much they're spending on advertising, how much it's bringing in. And the only other number you probably need to track is what's your cost of acquiring a client. Once you figure out what that cost to acquire a client is, business is on easy mode. You figure it all out. So what I taught you today is the framework. This is the exact system that I used to triple the painting business, to add $2 million of new revenue from Instagram to my contractor. And that helped me add $30,000 of direct cash into the private medical practice I'm working with. These are real numbers. These are real local businesses. So here's the big takeaway. I also put together a one-page worksheet with that full 5-part framework, a fill-in-the-blank template, and a little notes about the desktop plus objective tips from today on how to launch that ad so you can build your own ad this week. I just wanted to put this little testimonial there for everyone, and I'll read it out for you guys. Dude, I'm shocked at the results. Who knew that you could get leads off Instagram? What a blessing. Thank you, Philip. I want everyone to send me messages like this. That's what would make my day. That's what would make my week. That's what would make my year. And it comes down to just following the system. Following the system, creating an ad, launching an ad, and starting to be the CEO of your business. Start looking at your numbers. Get your name and face out there. Get your expertise out there. So if you like this presentation, please let me know in the comments. And if you want this worksheet, please text the number on this screen. That's 302-345-2760. And just respond with the word go. And I'll send you this PDF as soon as I get done with this call. Any questions, guys, while I'm still here? I think I got it done relatively quickly.
An hour and 5 minutes.
There we go. How's everyone feeling?
Great.
Feel motivated to make an ad? Motivated to help more people? Let's hear it.
Yes. Yes, I'm gonna film myself this weekend. I'm gonna send you the footage. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a promotional video. I've never paid for ads. I see the button all the time. Boost your ad, boost this, boost that. Never. I want to make a video. My buddy will be with me because I work 8 days a week. I have I'm a single father. I have 2 side hustles. I do everything. I do all my graphical work. I do absolutely everything. Nobody touches my stuff, so I'm very busy. I'm gonna film myself this weekend. I'm gonna make a video commercial. Maybe you can give me some tips. But
Absolutely.
I'm good. I'm good with all the Adobe Suite, Illustrator, Photoshop, and all the other stuff. Like I said, I'm a one-man team, brother. I told you that before. I'm gonna do something this week.
Well, is the goal to not be a one-man team all the time?
It's difficult. It's difficult. You can't trust anyone nowadays. And it's like I don't even have a whole lot of I don't have a whole lot of friends, man. I'm working every day. I'm at home, work, and my little girl. So time's limited. But yeah.
Well, God bless. I really hope this ad does everything it needs for your business. And
This
I
week.
know you didn't say it, but I can assume that if your business doubled, it would do a whole lot for yourself, your family, and your daughter.
Yeah.
So, like I said, please send over that footage once you get it. I will point you in the right direction. And just know you don't need a crazy amount of edits. I'll send
Okay.
you the app that you need. You press one button and the captions will go on there.
All
Press
right.
another
All
button,
right.
it'll delete all the silences, and
Okay.
you could have that ad posted in one day.
Cut, brother. I got you.
So
Can
I
I
hope you
say
got some value
something?
out of this
Wait, I
today.
want to say something to that, Philip. The best ads perform so well because in the world of AI, nobody wants to see the perfect stuff anymore. So the more unedited sometimes it looks and the more mess up sometimes it is. Some of my best videos have done really well and connected with people because they're like, oh, this wasn't an AI bot that wrote your script. It was just you and you just rambled. So in the world of AI, be as imperfect as possible. And that's very easy for us, especially if we're starting to do these things that Philip literally taught step by step to do today. It's not supposed to look perfect.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Cool. Any other questions? What you got for us, William? I can't hear you. We can't hear you, William, we can't hear you.
Oh no. Man, he's probably been hyping you up this whole call and nobody could hear him.
Bro, you guys couldn't hear me the entire time?
No.
Oh my God.
Well, you gotta tell us what you were saying.
Well, I was just like really honestly just agreeing with everything. Um, I don't know if I can say, but I'm one of the testimonials, and I mean it completely flipped my business upside down for all of you guys. I always knew that we had to do something like it. I just didn't like Galaxy S26 Ultra said that he just didn't know who to trust, and like luckily I did trust Philippe and his team, and it really took us to places that we never thought we were going to get to without being able to trust somebody. So, I mean, like he was saying, just leave everything else out, like pricing, like just leave everything else out and just honestly follow what he was saying, and what's gonna happen is that not only are people gonna know that you're a genuine person, but they're also gonna know about your business, which is even better. And because like I feel like Galaxy X S26, I feel like you're just a genuine guy that just doesn't really know how to get out there. So kind of leave it to him. You do your thing, which is run the Açaí Bowl place, man, and let him do his thing, which is get you in front of eyes. All you gotta do is just be yourself. That's really all it is. You gotta be
Right.
yourself.
Gotcha.
I mean, I've I don't even know what else to say because I'm living proof. Jose's living proof. You know, other Will, he left. He's also living proof of all of this. So you just kind of got to do it. That's really all there is left to say. You just got to get started. And we're gonna go check you out, by the way. Now I know where you are.
There we go. Fresh fish Delaware.
Yeah, dude. So we do a bunch of work right down the street.
I'm right here Wednesdays
So
and
we're gonna stop by, get
Thursday
some
and
lunch.
Friday. And I just started too. I'm only 6 weeks in. People are barely starting to notice me, and I've been invited to several communities, especially during the summertime. But on top of that, I'm like a dual concept. People don't know that I'm a dual concept. Like I stated before, I do everything. Absolutely. I even built the truck myself, man. Absolutely everything I do myself. I'm a dual concept, and in the fall, I'm going to have a Kava style menu where people walk up, fill out a slip. They get their proteins, their starches, their vegetables, their sauces, etc., etc. Just so I keep going and, get the wheels rolling so people start to notice me. But right now, I've been invited to several communities and I'm only 6 weeks in. So little by little, I'm trying, like I said, I'm very limited to having a phone in my hand or attaching a device to myself and filming myself. I want to do it, it's always in the back of my mind sometimes. Time, man,
Oh,
time more than
get them
anything.
glasses. You get those glasses, or like
Oh yeah,
really like get one of those like little Timu cameras that like you put in your shirt.
yeah. My
But at the
buddy has
same
one.
time,
I have it
you
here.
don't need as much time as you think.
Yeah.
This is all done like go to William's business's page. Like hopefully he reaches out to you after this so you can see his page. He
All
doesn't
right.
have any newer posts since the ones I did for him for the most part.
Actually, that's big facts.
And it's still
Nothing.
working.
Yeah, we
You
just
need one day of shooting videos. Like, don't think you have to shoot videos every single day. I don't shoot videos every single day. You create those ads, and the ads are what show up every single day, so you don't have to. That's the point of all this, so that you can run your business. You can keep doing what you need to do, and you don't have to have a device hooked to you. You don't have to do all this stuff because you just do it one day. Maybe it takes 30 minutes before you open one day. Maybe it takes 30 minutes after you're closed for the day. And you just record that video and launch it as an ad. And that could change your whole business forever. It's a way harder sell if I was telling you that you have to be connected to a device 24 hours of a day and you have to make content every day and you have to do 2 hours of it every single day. That's not what I'm selling. Once you're able to take off a bunch of the hats that all us business owners wear, that's when you can really start thinking about posting more. But most people don't need all that. They just need to be consistently seen, consistently shown that they are the expert. But thank you guys for being on this call. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And I look forward to hearing from all of you and helping you guys launch some really profitable ad campaigns and help more people in your local area.
Thanks for your time, Philippe. We appreciate
All right,
that.
brother. Thank you, man.
Thank
See
you.
you guys.